Greetings, everybody. In front of me, I have Regeline Sabbat, also known as Gigi, and she's a CEO and a founder of the Life Service Center of America. She's also a motivational keynote speaker. She's two-time best-selling author of The Walk With Me and God First. Gigi, how are you today?
Fantastic. It's an honor to be here today to discuss our upcoming book, On Frontline with World Warriors.
Absolutely on a cloud nine, and we have a book right behind us as a background. So let's talk about this book. I know there are so many authors out there. There are so many people with a wonderful and amazing ideas. Let's talk about why is this book is going to be influential, effective, and impactful to the reader.
Yes, this book is going to help other individuals just continue to grow. Now, growth is truly the beauty of life. So when you talk about On the Front Line with Royal Warriors, it's so important for folks to know. It is important as leaders, you are continuously on the front line and you need to continue to show up and you need to continue to serve others. So when we say Royal Warriors, essentially what we're saying is you're now taking it to a whole nother level in regard. You talk about status, okay, but it's more than that. It's bigger than that. As God's servants, you're his servant and you are there to serve on the front line. And that requires that you have the mindset now of a warrior. And that's your ability to maintain a resilient mindset no matter what happens in your life.
So yeah, and we put a big concepts, big even words to throw right out there. So we have a concept of royalty, we have a concept of warriors, we have a concept of a leader, and we also have a concept of the servant. So there's a 4 major impactful words and a concept in this book. How can a royalty be a servant? And we are discussing that a subject in the book. So because royalty is not just a status, it's about how you feel inside and your belonging, right? It's like you said, like you mentioned, it's about mindset, how we are and how we feel about who we are inside of us. It's not necessarily means what we have. It's about what we are and who we are inside. So Gigi, tell us about, if the reader is deciding whether they should get this book or they should maybe bypass this book, what would you tell them right now about this book? Why they need to have it?
I would tell them to grab a copy of this book because essentially, again, it's going to help you. It's going to equip you with all of the tools that you need to continue to show up as a servant leader. So we're not talking about just showing up as any ordinary leader. No, we're now taking you to that next level. And then you become a royal warrior once you go through the entire process of reading our book. And then you'll lead from a servant's heart. As you can see, it's at the bottom of our book there. It's our subtitle, Leadership with a Servant's Heart.
I absolutely love it. And I know that this world has regurgitated the word leader, has talked and produced and published so many books about the leader. So describe me the leader. What or who is leader to you?
Yes, a leadership and a leader is someone who shows up, again, no matter what, because in business and in life, you don't know what's going to happen. And that requires that you show up and not just show up. Anybody can show up. I can show up tomorrow to where I need to be. I can show up the next day. But how are you going to show up is the question. How are you going to show up? And then show up, make sure you serve others, provide value to others. A lot of people show up, but then they say, oh, I'm giving too much away. I can't give up that information or I can't do this. No, give it to the people. They deserve it. And express yourself, provide that knowledge. You have the skills and the knowledge for a reason. And here's the thing that I tell folks is that utilize all your skills for the greater good to serve God's people.
It's absolutely fantastic. And we know we do not dismiss any of the concepts out there when it comes to the leadership, how the leadership, the word leader has been described. We're just expanding that, expanding this subject, expanding this concept and talking more about the really that anybody can be a leader you know, even if they are the leader of their family, the leader of their actually vision, the leader of, you know, starting something and going for it. You know, you do not have to maybe necessarily have employees of the 200 plus. You don't necessarily have to, you know, lead a corporation or be a church leader of the 2,000 plus people. Leader is somebody who has the vision, who wants to strive, who will sacrifice, you know, to be on the front line. Like you said, he just doesn't need to necessarily show up. He needs to be ready. He needs to be prepared when he comes to the front line, when he shows up. So let's say that we have the women and men out there, and we also have teenagers, you know, watching this show, of course. So what would you tell to the teenagers right now? Because sometimes they think books are boring. Sometimes they may think books are outdated. So talk to them right now. Why would you want them to read this book?
I would tell them to read this book because you're going to obtain knowledge from two women who have gone through so many things, and now we're giving back, and we're really providing so much knowledge and wisdom here and value to others so that they don't have to go through any trials or tribulations that we've had to. They can actually prevent these type of things just by reading our book and be well equipped to move forward in their lives. And again, with a positive mindset, because a lot of people are just drifting. They're simply drifting through life. But you pick up a copy of this book and you won't drift a day in your life again.
And the beauty of this book is that they are getting the women from the, you know, both worlds. And we are also extending our services beyond of this book, right? We also, you know, motivational speakers. We also encourage people, we coach people. So they will be getting the, you know, the best concept, the best advice, the best wisdom of the two most amazing women out there. And of course, I do not dismiss anybody else's concept, but I think that this book is going to be valuable. And it does, like you said, does have a value in the book, impact, you know, all this wisdom, you know, that we have went through, not just the knowledge, but the life skills, our experiences that we went through. So others do not have to, you know, go after our mistakes and go after that. So this book is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be, again, the best-selling book, and we will become, again, best-selling authors of this book because we already have a mass appeal out there. So we will encourage every single one of you, whether you're first time, you know, the visitor of this channel, or you've done it before, or you have like some doubts, just give yourself a try. Just try it. And we are there for you, you know, and with you to guide you through when you need some help as well. So with us, we had the Gigi. She's also the host of the podcast show. So Gigi, can you please give us all your last remarks?
Yes, I would tell you as well, when it comes to being a royal warrior on the front line, you really have to show up, and you have to be confident. You have to be a confident leader, hence the Confident Women's Conference, the Global Confident Women's Conference that we're having on July 2nd. It's so important as a leader. Again, show up, serve others, provide value, but you need to be confident. You need to be confident. How many leaders do you know they show up and sometimes they slouch? That's not a leader. That's not a leader. Show up. How you do one thing is how you do everything else.
I absolutely love it. And the word confident is just mind-blowing, Gigi. So yes, thank you so much for encouraging us to be confident, because we have to stand behind everything we do, everything that we believe, and everything that we say. And that's what we do in this book. We are confidently presenting our ideas because we are behind every letter of this book. You know, guys, we are going to say goodbye to you, and we will see you next time. Until then, I want you to be happy, healthy, and blessed. Grab this copy. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye for now.